Hi, good morning. My name is Kate, and this is my book review of Anna Huang's King of Wrath. This is a standalone but part of her book series. I read this because I'm almost finished with Rina Kent's book, my favorite author, and I'm trying to explore. So I tried her latest and another popular book of her from TikTok, and this is a story about Vivian and Dante Russo. Oh my god, as you can see in my face, I haven't slept because I read this for too long. It was dragging, snooze fest, boring, very predictable. But this is an enemies to lovers and arranged marriages. Just to let you know, there will be a lot of spoilers because I find this book very disappointing. I tried this because she's Anna Huang. She's popular. She has a lot of great reviews and fan base on TikTok. I bought the Kindle and the Audible, Whisper Sainted. Oh my god, instant regret. I went to Goodreads and the reviews are not good. But I already spent my money, and because I'm stubborn, haven't learned my lesson. Because I'm exploring, okay? Sorry for the cricket chair. And it was annoyingly disappointing and heartbreaking. Anyway, this is a story about Dante. He is a 36-year-old billionaire, very popular in New York. He's from old money with Vivian, who is from rich money. She's multi-millionaire. Her family is from jewelry company. However, she was a rebel. She didn't want to do with the business of her family, so she started her own job, which is a luxury event planner. Her father, Francis Lau, caught the brother of Dante having or sleeping with the Italian mafia princess. He used that to blackmail Dante that if he doesn't marry Vivian, he will give the evidence to the Italian mafia so that his brother will be deleted for life. Dante is taking care of his brother because his parents is a terrible parents, and is also the reason why he didn't want to get married at all, because he has commitment issue, trust issue, and as the eldest child who inherit the company from his grandfather, he has a lot of things on his plate. However, Vivian had a crush with Dante. On their first meeting, they already had like an enemies to lovers vibe, and Vivian's dad, Francis, and Dante had an agreement that the marriage should be within a year. The reason why Francis Lau wants Dante to marry his daughter is so that he can get more wealth, power, and everything that comes with Dante, because he's a multi-billionaire and very popular among clubs such as the Valhalla. Now, the agreement is within a year, but Dante, because he was blackmailed and didn't like being used, he actually asked his friend Christian. Why is it? He asked his friend Christian. I'm gonna remove. He asked his friend Christian, who is a security guard there, to find out all the evidence so he can get rid of Vivian and the arranged marriage. So the agreement was 1 year, and Vivian moved to Dante, and they immediately had an argument. They were like rude to each other. However, as time goes along, they are catching feeling for each other, they fall for each other. But because together they did like each other, they were like not admitting it until they went on a Thanksgiving vacation to Bali, and then they started to have a little bit make out, and they did the spies in a Valhalla library. Valhalla is a rich man's club, and they did it until they decided to do truce. They start going out like a real couple. They are getting to know each other, making the deed. But on the time that they arrive in Paris, Dante received a call from Christian saying, "Hey, I've got all the evidence of Francis Lau against you. You can finally end him end your arranged marriage. Dante said yes. Dante and Vivian went back to New York, where he distanced himself to her, but she's still in love with her. And when she brought him food to the office, she accidentally heard Dante and her father talking about arranged marriage, how Dante destroyed all of her father's wealth, and how she found out that Dante was brainwashed and manipulated by Francis Lau, and that um, he actually used Vivian to get more power and strength and popularity. She ran away, and then Dante and Vivian separated. Dante was hurt, but he couldn't go after her yet because he know that Francis is going to use her. On the other hand, Vivian talked to her dad, where she was disowned, and now she's just an event planner by herself, disowned by family, and was left by Nico. So there was this event, and Nico showed up, and Dante showed up, and Dante was trying to court her again, but she was in denial, and that was for the entire full chapter. It was basically until chapter 40. It was like on and off. They knew to each other that they have each feeling for each other, but Vivian was keep like tugging away and so on and so forth. I hate it. And at the same time, his um her family on the other hand was like trying to take her back, but their dad is against it. That's it. In the end, they end up getting married, and Francis Lau was poor again and still hate her. Just a sec. Still hate her. And so my dislike is how Christian, I'm not gonna tell the story because it's too much fun. Christian manipulated hit the ex of Vivian to go to Dante's house so he can avenge what Dante did to Christian's girl. That's dislike number one. Dislike number two is how Francis Lau was a terrible father and a person, because he used his daughter for arranged marriage just for him to get power and wealth. Although it's common for like dark romance to do that, on Dante's specific scenario in Vivian, that's very very terrible. And then he disowned his daughter. Like mafias doesn't even disown their children. And my like is how Dante was actually very very, oh, and that third dislike is how Vivian was actually in love with Dante, but was still pushing him away and rejecting his apologies. Psh. And my only like in this story is Dante. That's why my story rating in here is 1. It's very very predictable, long drag, smooth, boring. I've read some Goodreads review, and they said that Anna Huang just recycled this plot, this story. So I'm like, okay, don't read her book again. The spices too, it wasn't that spicy. Yeah, I was actually disappointed. So do I recommend this book? If you are like into dark romance like me, with a high expectation, you can skip this book. I do not recommend this book. It's so boring, and I spent I know it's only $13, but I'm from a developing country, okay? $13 is a lot for me. That's the Kindle and the Audible. And I'm like, oh my god, I spent $13 and a long drug. But anyways, you will learn lesson from it because it's boring. And I'd like to believe that not book readers that are from dark romance would love this book. And now, as of TikTok, we are getting again another hype on the book of King of Pride. I kind of actually like Kai and Isabella, but I'm for sure not gonna read it because this book is disappointing and traumatizing. So I don't think I'll go back to Anna Huang. I'm not sure about the Twisted Games, but they're not giving me that vibe yet. Anyways, thank you for the like. Please continue to watch my videos and subscribe. Bye bye.